Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my friends, depending on from where you are watching me. This is your favorite channel, The Monk in Jeans, and I am your good friend Parikshit, or JC if you wish to call me that. Today, I am going to ask you one very simple question. Ask yourself if you are a successful person or not. Go ahead, ask yourself. Get the answer from your inside. If you ask me if I am successful or not, I would say yes, I'm successful. According to the capacity that I have built to receive from the universe, the almighty universe. They always give us everything, but we normally do not have the capacity to receive those. We have to build our capacity. Now, most of us, if we ask ourselves, am I successful? The reply that we get from our inner self would be no. Why? This depends on how you have been growing up from your very childhood. And unfortunately, very close people, even parents, relatives, neighbors, friends, the whole locality, your teachers, your college, your office, as you are growing up, becoming adult, all of them influence you to decide whether you are successful or not, because we continuously keep on comparing ourselves to others who are generally having more years of experience, more skillful, and probably they are using a better life technique than you are using. So when you are asked, are you successful? Immediately you start comparing yourself with others who are more successful than you are. Because you need a yardstick to measure your success, and you always land up choosing a better yardstick than you are. So you are always finding yourself a little less. Now why I am saying all these things? Because very often I receive a question by email. I receive a lot of mails. Some of you are asking me that we know a lot of successful people, but they have never heard about law of attraction. To make a point very clear, I must tell you that I actually do not talk about law of attraction. I talk about our energy, which law of attraction believers use to attract people. I mostly confine myself talking about our own strength, which is our energy, how to cut down the quantity of negative energy, meaning negative thoughts, and how to increase the positive thoughts so that you can fulfill your dreams. Now this question, coming back to the question, there are a lot of successful people who have never heard about law of attraction. Some people are also writing, sir, I know very successful people, persons who don't even practice the processes that you ask us to practice. They have never heard about law of attraction, they don't know about it, but yet they are very successful. Now why did I talk about the neighbors, the relatives, parents, everybody influencing our mind to become positive or negative? This is the reason why many successful people, without knowing or without practicing law of attraction or any process to attract his desires or her desires, how can they become successful and why? The reason is, when they are growing up, from their childhood, as they grow up, they hear good things. Their parents, the person's parents, they will always tell them, they will always tell him or her, excellent, well done, you have done very well, we are very happy with you. But there are other parents who will say, I am very disappointed. I'm very disappointed. You haven't done good in your exam. You are not as strong as your friend. You are not as good looking as your friend. Some other parents will say, oh, you are beautiful, you are lovely. I love you, I'm proud of you. You see, there are two kinds of parents, two kinds of situation, two kinds of circumstances, two kinds of neighbors, two kinds of friends, everything. The one kind is always encouraging you, always telling you the right things to build your mental strength. The other kind is always telling you the negative things. They're always talking against you, they're always making you feel very bad. So what happens? Successful people, when they're growing up, they hear all good things. They're always hearing that they're perfect, they're best, they're 100%. So they don't need to know about law of attraction, or they don't need to know about what I'm talking about, generally what I talk about, because they practice this. As they grow up, they hear that he is the best or she is the best. His writing is good, his education is good, his performance in the exam is very good, he is a good person, he is full of love, everything good he is listening to every time. He is hammering him, and those hammerings are programming his subconscious mind and making it very, very powerful, which drives him to success. Because he is a practitioner of good energy, using good energy for good purpose. He is a practitioner. What is law of attraction? Using good energy for good purpose to make life happy, healthy and prosperous. That's what he is practicing. How does he need to know about law of attraction? No. He doesn't need to know. On the other hand, most of us, the general public, general people, when they grow up within a very adverse situation. Parents not loving them. It's a general picture. I'm not saying everybody, general picture. All over the world. Parents not loving them, parents not encouraging them, always comparing them. The most dangerous factor is comparison with your friends, with your cousins, with somebody else, with neighbors. And in this comparison, these comparisons eat you up, it destroys you. And you can never raise your head. You can never be the 100%. You always remain 60%, 50%, at best 70%. So, with all these thoughts, when you grow up and I ask you, are you successful? The inside of you will always reply in 70%. He will tell you, no, you are not. And he will tell me, no, I am not successful, I am unsuccessful. Without knowing that the seeds of success are within you. It's you who should put water in those seeds so that those seeds grow up into lovely, wonderful plants and you become successful. So, people who asked me, how come many successful people don't even know about law of attraction? You got your answer. They don't need to know about law of attraction. They don't need to practice any of the processes that I talk about, because they are born energy reaper. They reap energy from anywhere, they reap their strength from anywhere, and they become successful because they grow up in a fantastic environment, circumstances, among good friends, among good relatives, good parents. So it is very, very important. I'm now talking to the new parents. It's very, very important. If you want to see your children successful, you must provide him or her with not an expensive car, but with the right kind of mental training that he or she can do it. That's how every child will become a very successful person when he or she grows up. That's all I wanted to tell you today. God bless you all. Stay well and go and win it.